Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of In the Car with Kurt. As always, from CKO, I'm your host. And today I'd like to talk about an idea that has been floating around in my head for quite some time. As all of you probably know, my camera doesn't stay in place. As all of you may know, I had this thought back when they announced the women's tag team titles, and that was such a big thing, and I don't disagree with having women's tag team titles at all. Side note, I wish they'd do a little more with them. Even when Bayley and Sasha had them, I was just kind of like, okay, but do something. If you're gonna have a tag team title that is shared between both brands, which I honestly think they ought to do for the men, I think it would make that a lot better. But I think that it's defended on whatever brand those people are on throughout the month, and then every pay-per-view you have to defend those titles, like guaranteed at every pay-per-view, pre-show, main show, I don't really care, but it has to be defended, and it should be defended against somebody on the opposite brand. That way it has an opportunity to cross, back on over. Now, that idea is kind of, null at this point because they're doing that stupid wild card bullshit, which I'm sure that everybody else is in agreement that that's silly. Like, if you're going to have a brand split, have the damn brand split. If you're going to do, everybody can go wherever they want, whenever they want, then do that. Don't just make up this rule that, X amount of people can cross brand any week, but it's number one, it's usually the same people, and number two, it's never the amount of people that you say it is. Like, it's like, 4 people can go, tag teams count as one, but then 7 people end up on the opposite brand. Like, it's stupid. Okay, stop it. But anyway, that's not the point I was gonna make. When they announced those, which all of you know, they that's what they went with. I had the idea when they said something new and interesting for the women's division, and everyone was like, it's probably women's tag titles, and I kind of think that was the wrong way to go, or maybe they should have done more with it. They've got a great women's roster, and I love this whole women's revolution thing. I love it. I like seeing the women get up there and do everything that the guys can do. It's really cool because some of the best competitors out there right now are in the women's division, and I love Becky Lynch, and I say that like a pretentious asshole because I was in love with Becky Lynch when she first got drafted to SmackDown. I have always loved Becky Lynch. I love Becky Lynch before she was the man, before all the shit that's happened over the last year. And I know a lot of people that feel the same way. My friend Derek, he's been a big fan of Becky Lynch for a long time too, so he gets it. And I've been wanting her to have this big push for a long time now because she deserved it. And I know there's going to be a lot of haters that Becky Lynch, I'm done with her. I know she sucks. Because there's always people who are going to hate whoever's popular. I don't like John Cena. I don't dislike him because he's popular. I dislike him because he's the same thing over and over again. I would love John Cena if he turned heel. But at this point, I'm pretty sure John Cena is mostly done. He might come back and do another run, but I'm pretty sure John Cena's out for right now. Because we don't see him anymore, and that's fine. But what I'm trying to get at is, what if we had a way to use more of the women's roster? Mid-card titles for the women? Just saying. We've got the Intercontinental title and the U.S. title for the men. I don't know what they'd call them or what the titles would be, but what if we had 2 mid-card titles, one for Raw and one for SmackDown for the women too? That way, you'd have people Sonya Deville could be fighting for something. instead of just picking fights being a bully to Ember Moon. I love Ember Moon. I love Sonya Deville. They're both tremendous in their own right. But it's just like they're making these really overdone, and you know, we've done the whole bully thing already. We did with Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax last year. And that's fine. And then Nia won the belt and then she turned into a bully. It was stupid. But I mean, at first it was good, but then it kind of turned into shit. And you know, doing the same thing with like Mandy and Sonya are picking on like Ember Moon and Carmella. It's like, okay, fine, I get it. You know, you guys want to be heels, but like there's so many ways to get crowd heat and turn heel than besides being a bully to another wrestler who is different than you. Like, that's silly. You know, we don't want to keep seeing the same thing over and over again. You know, if we had women's mid-card titles, I think it would do a lot for the business. I think it would be really cool. And as long as whoever designed the 7-Eleven European TV title, I mean the 24/7 title, whoever designed that belt should not ever be allowed to design a belt again, because I've seen better looking belts on 2K19, to be honest with you. So, but I would love to see women's mid-card titles. Like I said, don't care what they are or what they say or what they're called or whatever. But what do you guys think about that? Do you guys think women's mid-card titles would be worth time? Also, I'm sure you guys agree with me that we need to stop burying mid-card title holders. Like, I love Finn Balor, but like they're not doing anything with him, and he's the IC champion right now. Like, what the fuck? And you know, Nakamura, Rusev, they had the US title, didn't do anything with it. They had who had it after him? Rey Mysterio, Samoa Joe. These guys had it. Didn't make a big thing of it. We just kept seeing the same stuff over and over again. It's ridiculous. We're just burying title holders. If you have a title in your hand, if they deem that you should have a title in your hand, you should be defending it on every pay-per-view, and you should be having a solid storyline. The Rey Mysterio Samoa Joe storyline was the most solid thing we'd seen on a title, on the US title holder in like a year. And that's ridiculous, because that storyline was garbage. It was just constantly, hey, we're going to have a match, and then next week we'll have a match, and then next week we'll have a match, and on this pay-per-view we'll have a match, and they're all going to be the match. Just, that's dumb. Knock it off. And Seth Rollins had the IC title. Great storyline with that. You know, lost it to Dolph, got it back from Dolph, whole big thing. You know, and then I think, if I remember right, he dropped it to Bobby Lashley. But if I remember right, it was like a bullshit win. It wasn't a clean win. It was a dirty win. Very dirty. Dirty indeed. And then Finn got it off of Lashley. And that's fine. But then you finally put it on, like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I like Dolph Ziggler. He's a great heel. I like that he was IC champion. He was such a dick about it. And he did it really well. And I love Seth Rollins. Like, I'm from Iowa. Of course I love Seth Rollins. And he's a tremendous performer. So putting the title on him, he did a great job with it. They did a lot with him, but like, Seth is their boy. Let's be realistic. He's Universal Champion right now. He's their boy. But then, like, you put it on Finn Balor, who, and maybe I'm biased because Finn's one of my most favorite guys in the business, but like, he's a good performer, he's a good wrestler, and he does a great job in the ring. And now he's got the IC title, and you do like little things with him. Like, you're not even doing anything with him. Like, book him properly. Come on, give him the opportunity to do it, like, do something. So, I don't know. I just think it's kind of ridiculous. If you are a title holder, you need to be some sort of big deal. You can't just be like, oh, yeah, he's got a title. He just, piss off for a while. That's not how it goes. It's not what you need. It's not what you want. It's not how it should be. And, we're down to 4 belts outside of tag belts for the guys. And we don't do anything with half of them. It's ridiculous. So, but I'm trailing off like I do. You guys know. We're on, what, the 8th episode? So you guys know I trail off a little bit. Women's mid-card titles. What do you guys think? Should we have them? If you're artistic, what do you think they should look like? I'd love to see some drawings of some women's belts. That'd be pretty cool, don't you think? So, you know, if you guys send me pictures of what you think the women's title should look like, I will upload them on an episode at some point in time. And when I come back to this, because I'm sure I'll come back to this. I feel very strongly about this idea. So, let me know what you guys think. And as always, thanks for watching. I've been Kurt. You've been in the car. That's a good tagline. I'm going to use that. I just made that up right now. All right. Well, I've been Kurt. You've been in the car. Thanks for watching.